Alright, so I wanted to go over this real quick. This is what I call an Endive box, and they are super helpful for any projects where you're working with small bits and pieces, and that's primarily because they don't have edges on the inside. So the only edge there is on this side, which is very easy. You know, you can put lots of really small screws, and I have, into this, and they don't get lost, they don't fall into a fold or a flap or something. They're very good, very useful for projects where you're dealing with a lot of little pieces. So it's just a bit of origami, and it's actually something that I have not seen very many places. I've seen a lot of origami boxes you can make that have a lot of edges, and those don't work for smaller things. These, on the other hand, you can make a ton of these for basically free, and just have little ones set up while you're working through your project. You can even label, just write straight into them. They work great, and here's how to make them. So you can make it out of any size sheet of paper. 8.5 by 11 works fine. I've marked some of the folds just for clarity purposes. I'm not sure about this paper; it's a little glary, but hopefully you can see that. First fold rather is just going to be half. Folding it long ways in half. Doesn't matter if it's a square. Long ways in half, and then in half again. So pretty simple. We're not actually going to use this, so we're not actually going to use these folds. It's not going to stay this way, so we're actually going to want to crease the paper very well both ways. Once you've done that, back the other way. Once you've done that, we'll fold it in half, whatever the long way is, and then we're going to fold down these sides so they meet the middle. And you've already creased the paper there, so there's your middle point. You can use that as kind of a hard edge to find your crease. That's what you're doing. Just like the previous folds, you're going to want to crease these, so put them both ways. There you go. Now this is where we get a little tricky. Prepare yourself. We're going to do kind of a fancy fold here. So now we've got these creases in our paper. I want this to be kind of loose because I'm going to do something a little funky. Half, those sides in, and then the top down. Looks like this. Here's your paper. Folding it in half like this. There's your inside creases. That's basically the hardest part. Like I said, creasing the paper will help a lot to get this to happen. I've already creased it, obviously. Half like that. Got the insides. We set it down. And we fold these edges. Remember, we're here. Whoops. We're here. We're looking for these edges. Take this edge, fold it to the middle. Again, you can use this flap as kind of a hard point to find the edge. Fold it to the middle, this to the middle, and flip it over. Do the same. So we've got it folded to the middle. You see that in the middle? There's your original fold. You've got these two edges, or these four edges, folded down. Then you take that original fold that we were looking at and fold down this flap and this one. And you can fold along the paper line you've created here, so that's easy enough. And believe it or not, we're done. I would recommend doing this fold just to help crease the paper, but you don't really have to. Again, we're folding from this edge point and this corner, these corners, down, just to make a crease here, and back the other way, just to reinforce that crease. Like I said, you're done. Already got the edge down here. Pop it down a little bit. Same over here. Pop them down. There you go. And you've created a rather sturdy box out of regular paper, 8.5 by 11. In this case, it's, you know, even flimsier paper, but still works great. Still very sturdy, and no corners on the inside, no flaps, or it has corners, obviously. No flaps on the inside where things can get lost in. It's good for just about anything. It crushes a little bit with weight, but mostly for small things. Just start organizing your desk. Just get the junk out of the way. And like I said, they're free, they work great, and once you start making them, you're not going to want to stop. They're just really handy to have around. And if you want to make smaller boxes or make them a little bit more for desk organizing, you can just take that 8.5 by 11 sheet, cut it right in half, and do the same thing with both sides. Pretty neat. Hadn't seen it online. Hopefully this helps someone out. They're super helpful. Try one, and you'll find yourself making a lot of them. That's it.